Hi everybody, this is Mo Quant, and today I'm going to be showing you guys some full stack software engineering. So I have a GUI and a server for that GUI, and the server is hosted on the cloud. And basically what the GUI is it's a portfolio optimizer. It tells you how much to invest into each stock in order to minimize your risk or maximize your return. But the issue that I have today is all of the optimization functions and other math functions are in the client GUI, and I want to move them to the server. So let's get started. We're in this section called Portfolio, which is called after clicking a button somewhere down here. And we have to move all of this to the server. And yeah, so let's go line by line. We're going to move min risk, which is the optimization function for minimizing the risk. We're going to move max return, which is the max return optimization. We're going to move the capm function and the shares function. And actually, no, I think we'll keep the shares function as is. And we see here we call portfolio.fetch. That's the endpoint in the REST API that I'm using. And it takes the response and creates a data frame and then organizes everything into its own category. And yeah, so let's get started. I'm going to come here to portfolio fetch. I'm going to define a new function called portfolio. And I'm going to write pass because we need to include some of the inputs now. So we have the portfolio fetch endpoint. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to create a variable called endpoint, and I'm going to make it a f string. Cut this out real quick, put it here, and then now I'm going to come here and do endpoint. So we need to add the inputs. So we have input metrics here, self.input metrics. That's the balance, and I believe this is the target risk beta, and this is the target return capm. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to write a question mark, and I'm going to so let me define some variables here. So t beta for target beta equals float self dot input metrics 5 dot get. No, it's 3, and target return is equal to self dot inputs input metrics 4 dot get, and balance is equal to float of self dot input metrics 5 dot get. Okay, so we've got these set along with the endpoint. Now let's add some of the variables. So I'll write beta. So t beta equals t beta, and trn equals trn, and balance equals balance. But we're not done yet. We need to do the tickers and the names as well, along with the risk-free rate. So that's for the CAPM formula. Or I think I'll just move the optimization problems to the server. Yeah, so that'll yeah, I'll move the optimization. I'll keep the CAPM and shares because they're not really computationally heavy. But I'm gonna create all these variables. So let's see. Or let me think. Yeah, maybe I should move this too. Yeah, I'll move that too. So what we're gonna need is the risk-free rate, the market rate, and the beta. So risk-free equals float self dot input metrics 0 dot get, and market rate equals float self dot input metrics 2 dot get. Okay, so let me create some more endpoints. I'm gonna make this a bit wider. Where to go? Um, let's see. Okay, right here. So I'm going to call the ticks. Well, I'm going to join the ticks by self dot um what did I call it? Oh no, I just called it ticks, and x names equals join names. Now I'm gonna come here, put some more inputs into it. So ticks equals x ticks, and names equals x names, and risk free equals rf, and market rate equals market rate. Okay, so I got those. So now I'm gonna come here and I'm going to do print request.query. I don't think it's gonna matter, but let's see. I'll do it right here. Python 3.7 server.py. Okay. I haven't moved, so I'm gonna make sure that the arguments print out. So I'm just gonna go ahead and hit F5 on here. Oh right. Okay, so it still gave us the same output. Let me exit this, and yeah, we have all of our initial arguments in here. Now we have to parse them as floats. So I'm gonna go ahead and exit that. I'm gonna um, I'm gonna move these functions now. So portfolio will I'll pass in request as an argument into portfolio, and then from there I could do I'm gonna cut these out. Paste them in here. Okay, perfect. They pasted. Now, let's see. So, I'm gonna cut all these out. And paste them in here. Um, response request. So it's going to create a pandas data frame. Oh, let me also import SciPy from scipy.optimize import minimize. Okay, so that's the minimization and maximization function. Now, I okay, so it needs the CAPM formula. I cut those out. So let me do Control F and find out which. Okay, there's no. Okay, so CAPM. Where did I put it? Right here. Cut that, and I'll bring it up here. And now I have the inputs. So the minimize risk, max return, and then shares. Yeah, I'll keep the shares function in here. There's no problem with that. It's not too computationally heavy. So I got all these. Now what I want to do actually is I'm gonna comment these two out, and I'm going to create a large function, which is going to be okay. So let me come back to the server. I have the cap m, min, risk, max return, all the so I believe I'm going to return the beta, cap m, x, price, market cap, volume, the names, the ticks, what was it down here? So min, risk, and max return. Min, risk, max return. I believe that's all the variables, but I need to calculate that right here. So min risk equals min risk of beta and cap m. So beta cap m x, max return equals max return beta cap m x. And I believe there are also so target beta is going to be an argument. So target beta, and for this target return. And those are from the parameters that we printed out. So let's see where I get them. Do I call the query in here? Oh no. So I'll do the variables now. So that'll be t bit target. Okay, so I don't need to include them in here. I should just call the query. So target beta. Let me do return first. Target return equals request. Or no, first I'll call it as query equals request dot query. Target return equals float query of trn. Target beta, is that what it's called here? Yeah, target beta. So I'm going to take out these because they're going to error us out. And I'm going to do equals float query t beta. So now let me make sure there's no other functions in here that are going to conflict with it. So cap m, we never called the balance function. Okay, so that's fine. Unless I'm just checking to see balance. So balance. Okay, so the balance is not needed. Because we have the shares here, so let me just erase this space just so it doesn't. Okay, so this is where we place the request. We get rid of this function. We don't really need it. But let's see. So ticks names have to be defined as well. ticks equals query Control C this up here too. So query of ticks dot split comma and names equals query names dot split comma so I'm gonna include an argument. Oh, I already did. Well, actually, let me call it resp. So it's going to be portfolio of R as the response, and then the timestamp. So yeah, I think we have everything. So we use the target beta, the target return, didn't need the balance, use the ticks, names, the risk-free rate, and the market rate. Oh yeah, I see it. So risk-free equals float query risk RF. And what is the market rate? RM. Okay, RM. RM equals float query MR. Okay, so we used all of our inputs apart from balance, so now I think it's ready to be booted. So what I'm gonna do here is Control Z, end that, open a new tab, reset. So now I need to call it from here. So what I'm gonna do is all these variables are the same names. I'm going to hit Control C, Control V equals response.response. Now I could get rid of these. I don't really need them. So I got the min risk, max return, all the variables. So now let me come over here and do Python 3.7 server.py. Okay, that's running. Now let me run the GUI. No errors yet. So I'll do 3M, AMD, and Accenture. One missing port argument. Oh. So let me do Control T, open a new tab on that, and then let me close this out. So the error was that we didn't pass in the. So portfolio takes response and request. So R is response and then request. Python 3 server, open that shit up. And then let's go to the GUI again. I'm sure it's gonna have some error because we just moved a lot of variables. But AMD, Accenture. What's the error now? JSON not serializable. Oh, I see. So we go back to the server and I think I should add it as a list. And also I think, wait, oh yeah, I think these are supposed to be lists. So let me come back here, dot to list, dot to list, control tab, so Python 3.7 server.py and F5. Let me just make sure. I'll just do two stocks. Oh, it worked. Perfect. So now, clear, Activision, Berkshire Hathaway. I'm just going to pick random stocks. Oh, perfect. I'm going to need 20 stocks selected just by some speed scroll. So let me move this up top here. So yeah, these are all the stocks. You got the symbols, the prices, the beta, the CAPM, minimize risk, max return. Uh, some of these are, I also have the custom weights. Okay, so yeah, now that this is working, we can push the server back to the cloud. So what I'm gonna do is I'll keep this open, but I'm gonna change this REST URL in a brief second. So server.py works. So I'm gonna control Z, ls, git add, git commit, finally, git push. Okay, perfect. And now let me just do a git pull. Okay, so let's go over to the Google Cloud. I'm doing this on a project called Optimize Server, and I'm going to go to Cloud Run. So I got Cloud Run up and running. Create service. Continuously deploy new revisions with the source repository. So the repository is popt backend. Next, Dockerfile. So CPU always allocated. Minimum number of instances 1 to 50. Allow unauthenticated invocations, and this is port 8080. Startup CPU boost. Put it to 2 gigs of RAM. I'll do it to 500-second request timeout. And then yeah, we hit create. So this is gonna take a not too long, but here, let's go to the logs so we can see the cloud host compiling. So it's building right now. It's gonna do it in a series of steps. Just downloading all the libraries and stuff on the cloud. Error. Okay, so let's see. Um, I may have. Hang on. All right, let me go to GitHub. So I'll p backend. So this is the backend for it. And it has the commit finally. Let's see. Why didn't it build? Let's hit retry because I don't really see what the error is with it. It's probably gonna say error again, and I have to like look through the code. Because the server ran fine, like as we saw. Maybe it's this thing about pip layer already exists. Come on, don't error out, don't error out. I want this to work. We all want this to work. Don't error, don't error, don't error. Did it get as far as creating revision? I don't think it did. Could have been like a brief error of something, network or something, but failed to deploy. Okay, so I'm gonna exit out of this. I'm gonna come back here. So it's port 8080. That's let me see the logs. Oh wow. It was an error due to the requirements.txt. Oh my god. So I'll come over here, open the requirements.txt, and I'll put scipy. Let me open up the server again, and let me do git pull just to make sure we're on the right amount. Okay, so scipy. So let me make sure all these are in the. So we got AIO HTTP. Let me move them. Ah! Okay, AIO HTTP, AIO cores, requests, NumPy, pandas, and SciPy. Oh wait, this is this is supposed to be lowercase s. spicy. What the fuck is going on? Okay, SciPy. Oh, okay, SciPy. Now I do git add, git commit, and linear algebra, git push. Now let's come back here. So it's building. Yeah, you always got to check the logs. So yeah, let's watch this build now. Come on, work, work, work. This is so like exhilarating. Like it's like the adrenaline rush of like coding. It's just like it's so exciting. Even if there's errors, like it's still fun. Like okay, so yeah, it's coming. This time it should work because I included all the libraries. I just forgot that we moved SciPy over. But so let's see. So I'll exit this. I'll exit this. Terminate process. Yeah. Exit that. So now it's deploying. It's gonna we're gonna be changing this URL shortly as soon as it generates it to us. Creating revision. Finished it. Okay, it worked. Well, okay, successful build. I'm gonna hit this back button here. So we have one built. And then our backend works. So what we're gonna do now is click on this, and this is the REST API URL that was generated by Google Cloud for us to use. So I'm gonna come in here and replace it. So now I've got the new REST URL. Now I'm gonna hit F5, and then okay, so this is our portfolio optimizer. I'm gonna select 5 stocks. So 3M, AMD, Accenture, Activision, and Adobe. Fetch. Perfect. Pulled it right from the cloud. So now, let me move this here. So we got the stock names, the symbols, the price, the beta, CAPM, and all that. Let me slide over here. So we have 5 stocks. So let's say we invest 20% into each of them. Hit custom shares. It tells you to buy 49 shares in. So with the theoretical balance of $26,000, it tells you to buy these number of shares of each stock at the custom weights, at the maximized return, and the minimized risk. So these are the 3 different pie charts for it. And yeah, we got this cloud hosted and connected. I thank y'all for watching the video. Peace out.